So I have this camera. It's a Logitech Circle View security camera that works specifically with iCloud and HomeKit. Now, it's essentially a very good camera, but recently it hasn't been working at all. And today I'm going to try to fix that. Now you see, when I go into the Home app, you see the circle view right there. Alright? When you click it, it doesn't show up. But if I go to settings and I go down to record options, home off, went away, stream and allow recording. It does not stream and allow recording when I am away. I've tried every little thing. Like I said, it used to work, but now it doesn't. So we are going to fix this. Now, you're probably asking yourself, oh Josh, did you unplug it? Did you reset it? Did you take it off with the HomeKit app? Yes. Hey, I got it. See, unplugged. I did it all. I've unplugged it. I've reset it. I've changed settings. I have done everything. The one thing I do not like about this camera is that there's no easy way to update it, because HomeKit essentially sort of sucks for a lot of things. It's good, but it's also bad. And that's one thing I'm hoping Apple will fix in the future. But for this camera specifically, I'm always looking up, hey, is there an update? Is there a firmware update? Like, there's no easy way to just be like, oh yeah, it has a firmware update. If you have any sort of HomeKit accessory or some sort of accessory that is home automated, usually it comes with its own app, or you're able to do some sort of firmware or software update on one of those things. This, you can't. It's a decent camera, and it used to work, it just now hasn't. And I'm going to try to troubleshoot as much as I can to see if we can get this guy to work. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do, I have it unplugged. I haven't done this yet. I probably should have done this first, but it really doesn't matter. I'm going to, wow, you can't see that because there's a filter on. But I'm going to remove it from the Home app. So remove, it's gone. So now nothing is connected. Off the wall, alright? Off the app. So I essentially had this plug that it went into down here at this outlet. Now the only thing is, I feel like it could be the outlet at this point, just because I've tried everything. Yes, it could definitely be a HomeKit issue or an actual camera issue, but with all the resetting and erasing and resetting and erasing that I've done, and every other product that I have that uses Wi-Fi in my place works perfectly, I'm thinking it's gotta be either the camera or an outlet issue. So I'm gonna try a different outlet. For this one, I gotta go on this side of the couch, so we're gonna do a little climbing. I have my shoes on and I shouldn't do it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I have a few outlets over here, so I'm gonna test one of these and I'm gonna put it back on here. Then is when we're actually going to see if it works correctly, and that's where we're gonna travel outside. It's a nice day out, so it'll be perfect. So let's get this set up and see how this goes. Now is the part where we actually set it up. So I'm gonna go back into my HomeKit app here. I'm gonna add the accessory. It's all rainbowy because I have the little filter on. If you're doing this and you have your HomeKit open, you're gonna click in the HomeKit app, then you're gonna click on the plus button at the top. You're gonna click add accessory. From there, it's gonna show the window where you actually scan the QR code that's usually on most HomeKit compatible devices. So let's do that now. Now before we actually scan it, we have to hold down the button on the back to actually reset it, because if you scan it before you reset it, it's going to think that you already have it connected to your home, even though you erased it from the Home app. It still thinks it's technically connected, even though it's not actually connected. So we have to hold down the back button until it beeps a few times, and then we let go, and then it's reset, and then you could actually add it back to your HomeKit. Now that it's finally reset, now we can actually add it back. So we have to add the accessory and then we have to scan it. Now it says add camera to home. So we're gonna add this. All right, now after you get that, it should say camera location. It should give you a bunch of different locations. I'm gonna click my location. I'm gonna click the camera name. All right, then I'm gonna say streaming and recording. It says when home, I want to have it off. All right, and then when I'm away, I want it to have it stream and allow recording. And then I'm gonna click continue. And then continue. And then continue. And then continue. And then it says done. It's connected to your HomeKit. The main thing we want to test on this is if it actually works when I'm away from home and I'm off of Wi-Fi and I'm on the actual LTE connection network. That's the main thing. So if I'm at work and I can check on the house and my dog, that's why I got this thing. So I can check on him and just make sure everything's good. But like I said, recently it hasn't been working. So we're going to go take an adventure outside and we're going to test this. Alright, so I found this place to sit, and I'm going to test it. I have 5G ultra wide. I know you guys can't see that, but I'm sorry to tell you guys, but it is still not working. I'm on it just says unavailable right there. I can't figure out why. I even have the settings right. I go into settings on the camera. I walked a pretty far distance from my apartment. All the settings are right. I just don't understand why it's not working. Well, it looks like this video is a dud. Nah, I gotta keep working on this. Resetting and changing outlets, I guess, does not work. Maybe it really is a camera issue. I just don't know. I'm gonna have to do some more research and some more troubleshooting. And then I'll get back to you. So when I was walking back to my apartment, I actually called up Logitech tech support, and they basically told me everything that I already knew I should do or have done. Resetting the camera, resetting the HomeKit, and then resetting the router, and then resetting my HomePod minis, because I have 2 HomePod minis, and I obviously have my wireless router. So I'm going to try to reset the wireless router, hook it up again, then test it. If that still doesn't work, then the last step is to basically reset both of my HomePod minis and then try it all over again, and then hopefully it should work. If it doesn't, well, then I guess this thing's just a piece of shit. Now basically just waiting for the router to connect. Still showing 5G on my phone, so until it actually shows the Wi-Fi symbol, then we will hook up the camera once again and test this. If that doesn't work, then we reset both HomePods. If that doesn't work, well, then we're screwed. It worked. Like, that's the thing. Like, it worked. It worked for the longest time, and then it just stopped working. Only when I leave my place. Like, if I have it stream inside, it works. It doesn't work when I leave. That's the only issue I have with it. Inside's fine, but why would I want to have it running when I'm inside? I don't need that. I want it to work when I'm not home, and that's what's not working. And we have Wi-Fi. Perfect. Let's set this bad boy up again. And also, if anybody is curious, my internet is very fast. I just did a speed test, and it does show 665 download and 172 upload. So it usually is around that range, so it has nothing to do with like my Wi-Fi speeds, because all my connections on everything else are zooming fast. It's just this one specific thing. And I have a feeling that this might not fix it. I have a feeling that it's probably going to be a HomePod issue, just because That's basically where it's getting its main connection from, is the HomePod, because that's its hub. But we'll test it out. I came to another spot. Still no luck. I even walked farther than I did last time just to make sure. Still nothing. It's all about trial and error. About to restart and then reconnect the HomePods. If anybody was wondering in the last clip why the wire is on the side it was on originally, was because when I came back inside after talking to tech support, I decided that I'm just going to move it back to where it was, because the camera essentially does work. It just doesn't work for one feature that I needed. So I'm basically canceling out that it's not the outlet itself, because when I connected it back after I connected the Wi-Fi back together, it still worked, and it said it was working, and I saw it working in my house over Wi-Fi. So it's not the outlet. Alright, now I'm just waiting for the other HomePod, the yellow one, to set up. The black one that I have on that side is already set up and configured. This one is going to set up, and then I'm going to group them together and then set up the camera, and then we'll test this once again. Alright, I've officially reset this little guy once again. After resetting the Wi-Fi, the two HomePods, we are ready to finally pray that this works. So I'm going to go outside a few blocks down and see if it works. Boy, do I hope this works. Alright, well, it looks like that was a fail. I don't know what's wrong. I'm gonna have to do much more troubleshooting outside of this video. I guess this is just gonna be a fail video, but at least we learned something. No matter how much you try to troubleshoot tech, it still might not work. So I hope you liked this video. I hope you enjoyed my journey throughout trying to troubleshoot it and fix it and see what I can do. I just wish they updated their firmware on their cameras. Damn. Oh well. Alright, that's it. I'm out. Let me tell you a story. As you know, yesterday the camera didn't want to work. Today, I leave the house, guess what? I get a notification on my phone telling me that the camera is streaming and recording. So, I guess it works after all. But still, it's not the best, but it does the job. I just wish that Logitech either A, came out with like another version of this camera, because technically this is the second version of this, I'm pretty sure, because there was one before. Either that, or just put out regular firmware updates. If you're trying to troubleshoot a Logitech and nothing works, restart everything. Router, HomePods, the camera itself. It'll work, so. It sucks kinda, but we make do with what we have. Don't give up. Don't give up, because you never know. It could start working. Mine did. Hopefully yours does too.